All right, guys, and the video that you guys have all been waiting for, Magic the Gathering, Miscuts, Tavis King. Thank you again for all the videos.
Sure.
Again, you can watch the videos in the playlist. There's lots of videos, lots of content about misprints and oddities. Tavis, what's a miscut?
Okay, so we're doing miscuts. This is like the bread and butter of misprint collecting. This is a very noticeable card, and misprint collectors really like things that you can see. They want it to attract attention, the card. So usually kind of the rule of thumb is if you can see it easily from across the table while you're playing a game, then that's a desirable error. That's really what you're looking for. It's kind of like the pimp your deck kind of idea. You want something that's going to attract attention. And so miscuts do that. They're very noticeable. Obviously there's something going on with them. Here's some examples. Yeah. Right.
Vintage Magic. Game. Collect. Invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.
Okay, so miscuts. We have all different kinds of miscuts here. This page has a lot of what we call sort of vertical miscuts. It's where the first cut that the sheet made, you can see cards at the top and bottom. These are more common than horizontal miscuts, which are, side to side. So we have, this is a matching set of Initiates of the Ebon Hand. These are all factory cut. And then these are what we call connectors. This is two miscuts that go together.
How did you get that, by the way?
They come in the same pack. And so you just have to find someone that's kept them together since they opened it.
Oh, I see.
Which, was a challenge to find three.
I've always wondered
that did that.
Yeah.
And then on the other page here, on the other side, we have, these are, so we're going vertical here. These are the sideways miscuts, what we call like the horizontal. And again, we have a full set of connectors for Initiates of the Ebon Hand. Moving on to the next page here, these are also all factory cut. This is a pretty well-known French black border sheet. So this is a reconstruction that you can put back together.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And this card, as you can see, is very similar to this card. So there's more than one sheet that was cut like this. Who knows how many sheets were miscut as the sheets were going by?
Well, that Mons is an alpha.
Yeah, the Mons is an alpha.
Okay.
So that's an alpha Monstrous Goblin Raiders that's miscut. You can see another card down at the bottom.
Cool.
And then if you have something like these are miscuts. Again, they're connectors, but it's a pretty big run.
How rare are these things?
It's pretty unusual to find a big run, especially if it's more than 5 cards.
So connectors are extremely rare.
Yeah. Often they get parted out because people only want one specific card. So it's just difficult to find people that have kept them over the years.
That's factory cut?
Yeah, factory cut.
How do you know that? Just by looping it?
Looking at it, and also has to do with sheet availability. So if there's not sheets out there, then you can't cut them.
I see.
And also it has to do with whether there's any money cards on the sheet to be worth cutting.
Right.
Because of course the people who are cutting sheets
are dual lands.
They want money.
Mistress factories.
Yeah. There has to be something there that they're after. And Fallen Empires is just not there.
Cool.
Yeah, so there's some miscuts.
Any favorites? Oh, what the hell is that?
Yeah, so
that is amazing.
This is the property of Wizards of the Coast.
I don't think I've ever saw that. What is this?
So those are NFC, which stands for not factory cut. That's just it's a scrap from the bottom of the sheet when someone was cutting one of the 1996 Arena sheets.
Cool.
So
that's so sweet.
Yep. Just kind of a neat thing. This sheet is also all NFC cards.
What's NFC?
So NFC stands for not factory cut. This is someone who's taken a sheet and they've cut it to resemble miscuts in order to sell it for money. Or occasionally they do it because they want a specific card and they can't find it anywhere.
So they're taking revised sheets.
Yeah.
or whatever, antiquities.
Yeah.
I've seen this, and they cut them to sell it for money.
That's right.
But to be honest with you, nowadays, the uncut sheet is worth a lot.
That's called attrition.
Yeah.
So there used to
Wow.
be a lot more revised sheets in the market, and they weren't worth a lot because who has room for a whole revised sheet? But a whole bunch of people wanted miscut cards, and so around 2009 or so,
Yeah.
people started cutting revised sheets, and you could get a miscut Underground C. You'd sell it for like $1,000, which was a lot of money.
yeah.
And then they bought more sheets, and they cut more,
And
etc.
then
And,
they're-
now there's
then-
not as many sheets, so the market's sort of
In a way, the sheets became more valuable.
yeah. But in order for that to happen, they had to cut the sheets.
Right, correct.
Yeah, remove the supply.
All right, guys, I guarantee you guys will find miscut cards in your collection. This
Yeah.
is a wonderful little tutorial. Be careful, though, right?
Yeah, you gotta be
don't
careful.
Don't buy these NFCs and think that they're,
Some people do like NFCs. Like if you're trying to, you just want them because you like the aesthetic. You just want to play them in a deck. Like they're fine.
Oh, what the hell is this? Pokemon?
Yeah, it's a Pokemon one.
Cool.
But they're not real misprints. They're not errors. They're not a mistake. So
NFC, that is.
Yeah, the NFC ones. So their collectible value is much less. They're not worth much money. One way that you can spot NFCs is that the sheets are often stored rolled, and so you get situations like this.
The hell is
Where-
that's like the Magic cards today. They're all rolled.
Pringles, yeah. So the sheet sort of keeps that position after being stored rolled, and yeah, so you end up with curled cards.
Cool.
Here's kind of an interesting thing on the Scenic Poltergeist. So these 3 NFC cards are all from the same sheet. The card appeared on the sheet 3 times. You'll notice that the center card is lighter color of black. Every sheet's that way. 1 of 3 of the Scenic Poltergeists are a lighter color of black, and that's just the way it is. It's not really something you'd realize unless you saw a sheet or happened to have 3 cards from the same sheet.
Crazy. All right.
We get another page here.
Yeah.
So, last page here we have, this is an interesting one because you don't see another card. And the definition of miscut, versus off center, is that miscut is showing another card. Well, this is showing a sheet edge. So because there's some card missing from the bottom, it would have shown some card at the top if there were a card up there. But there's not, so it's showing sheet edge. If you look it over on the back side, you can actually see the sheet edge. But because it's a white border card, you don't see it on the front.
Got it. And this is kind of weird. The back is miscut.
Yeah, and the front is not.
Sorry, but the front is not. That's so strange.
That's
How does that happen?
So that's a printing error. It has to do with the sheet just not feeding right when it went through the press. On the front side, actually, is the mistake. The backs are printed first because the backs are the same for all rarities. And then they use the backs to print the fronts as needed for whatever rarity they need to be.
What the hell is this?
That's called a flag error. Let's do the middle row first.
Oh, sorry.
So,
okay.
So the middle row is a miscut that then went through the cornering process, and because the vertical and horizontal cuts weren't perpendicular to each other, it wouldn't go through the corner rounding process properly. So you get some really weird corners. So it is both a miscut and a corner rounding error on the same card, and that's for all those 3 in the middle row there.
Wow. All right, and then this, what is that?
And then, yeah, the bottom one, so that's called a flag error. Let me go ahead and pull it out. So this is a situation where the sheet was folded. There we go.
Oh, wow. Look at this, guys.
Yeah. So the sheet was folded, and in this case it was printed first.
Oh,
and
that
it was
is so
folded.
sick.
It was folded before being cut. Now sometimes you get situations where the sheet gets folded.
This is the rarest thing I've ever seen. I've
Yeah.
never seen this.
Sometimes you get situations where the sheet is folded before it's printed, in which case the card surface under the flag would be blank.
God,
it would be
that's cool.
unprinted.
That is the rarest thing I've ever seen.
Here's another one.
Yeah.
If you can focus on this corner right here. So what that is it's the
Yep.
the corner of the,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
And so it was folded, and you can see there's sort of unprinted area there on the back, and you can see even different color
That
layers.
is so freaking wild.
Yep.
Dude,
Pretty amazing.
pretty amazing. Tavis, thank you again. This is the last of all the videos. But Tavis, how many years have you been collecting this?
For Misprints since 2013. So almost a decade now.
Wow. And you just fell in love with it.
Yeah, I just enjoy the rarity. I like stuff that not everyone
Is
else
the
has.
journey done yet, or is it just you always
Nah,
find?
not yet. There's
You always
been
find something.
interesting. Yeah.
Really?
It's a nice variety. It's not just the same old stuff, you know?
Right. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed all the videos. This has been a great series. I hope you share other things in your collection. Tavis, you've always been wonderful. Thanks for being my friend. And guys, I hope you guys check out Tavis's channel. His link is below. Tavis has great information, and I'm really honored to see all this awesome stuff, because this is stuff I have I honestly, I have to go back to the videos and be like, what happened there?
You'll probably find some in your inventory.
Well, I have a stat. I literally have like 5,000 count boxes
Yeah.
of random. I don't have that many, but I put like misprints or weird things. I call it weird things or
A
whatever.
lot of stores like shove them off to the side.
Right, and
Like,
I
we don't know what to do with them.
and I don't even know what it is.
Yep.
But now I'm gonna go back and be like, man, that Scaphalias signature. That's
Right.
what it was. And now I know, or that random thing. So
Knowing is half the battle.
no one's half battle. All right, guys, we're gonna go to dinner. Thanks, Tavis. Take care.
Yep.
Bye bye.
Hey everyone, it's me, Daniel with VintageMagic.com. I want to share with you more about how we handle consignments. So to begin the consignment process, we actually need to start with the consultation service. In this consultation, I will determine what you're looking to do. And generally, consigners usually tell me, hey Dan, I'm looking to sell my items and maximize the value of their collection. After we determine through the consultation, I usually like to do an appraisal process. And an appraisal process in terms of a consignment is more fitted towards authenticity and valuation for current market values. From there, after a contract is crafted and signed, we will then receive the items from you. The reason why our consignment process is very thorough is we also identify cards that could be graded, so then they can maximize higher dollar values. So the payment process is very simple. Once we have sold your items, you'll get an updated ledger, and we will process payment for whatever form of payment you need. As a consigner, you're gonna experience our white glove service. What that means is I'm gonna personally handle your collectibles from beginning to end. And rest assured, the client that purchases your collectibles will also receive the same white glove service. It's a signature service that I really pride myself on in working closely with my clients.
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.